Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to Habitat Demos for Friday, September 15th. Today we're a little bit light on demos. We have most of our team traveling in a different time zone, so we only have a couple of demos today. And with Josh showing us some changes that have happened to some of our internal APIs. So take it away, Josh.
Okay. Figure out how to share my screen.
The left icon on the left.
There we go. But first, I have to jump through some accessibility hoops to get this to actually let me share my screen. Okay, is that working now? You guys see my terminal?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So here we go. So we have a few changes to the API. So the first one is the ability to update an origin. So I have a foo origin here. And you can see now that we have this thing called default package visibility. So that controls whether packages are public or private by default when you upload them. But of course, in order to make that useful, you need to be able to change it. So I have an API call here to change that to private. And it looks like that works. So if we look at it again, so now my default package visibility is private. So this is the default package visibility is really the only field that you can update on an origin right now, the only one that kind of makes sense. But anyway, so that's that. Another new thing we have is we have an endpoint to list build jobs for a project. So for example, here we go. These are all the build jobs for core Redis. And new here we have pagination. So you can see there's like 20 something. Scroll up. There's 20 jobs total. So I can paginate this now if I want to and say start at job 17, and it only shows me the last 3. So that's new. In addition to that, there's now, look at the full list. For jobs that are complete, like this one here, it now shows the channels that this was uploaded to and the platforms as well. So that's also new. If we look at a single job, example, this one, this also has the channels and the platforms in it. And that only shows up for jobs that are complete. Failed jobs don't have that because obviously failed jobs aren't uploaded to any channels. And finally, we look at a particular package. Here's a recent build of Redis that I did. New here, we have the visibility of the package. Down here, we can now tell if it's public or private. And in addition, we have this thing called is a service. And for this particular package, Redis, it shows true. And this is basically just reading the metadata for a package and looking for either a run hook or the package service run attribute in your plan. And if it finds those, it thinks, okay, this is a service. So that's useful for being able to kind of conditionally show parts of the UI, like commands to run your service. So obviously that doesn't make sense for something like glibc. Yeah, so those are the new changes in the API.
Cool. That's awesome. There's a lot of this work is going to start showing up in the UI soon, but it's great to see the backend's ready, and I think the private packages is going to be a pretty big one, so that'll be cool when that's all hooked up. Okay, so next one, I'm going to show a quick demo of, let me share my screen here, of some work that started in just getting us ready with being able to monitor some of our build jobs that are happening. As you know, when we kick off packages, if there's any dependent packages that are needed, they will automatically get built. And that can create a lot of builds that are happening. We have a whole number of workers that do those builds. And this is kind of the start of having an internal dashboard. We want to kind of give a quick view of how it is that we'll be looking at what the build state is at a given time. So this is something that's running on our acceptance environment. I've kicked off a large build that's about 300 build jobs. And we can see that this is starting off. There's about 8 workers here that are working through and doing these builds. They're all pegged right now. There's a number of jobs here that are still waiting because not only because there's a limited number of workers, but also because there's the dependency chain that has to be honored. So that's so that's a view that we can look at also. And then here's the gauge that shows just in one number what the current weight is, and it goes from red to green. We can set those criteria separately. And then on the top here, we've got how many jobs completed over the life of this environment. That's about 2,000 here, and how many that have failed. So that's it for the current metrics. There's another one here that's not up right now. It will be hopefully in the near future. That will show us all the workers and the CPU and other load on the workers. So we've got a pretty good idea of what's happening in terms of our environment and all the jobs that are happening. So that's it for the dashboard demo. And I think that's it for our demos today. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week.